right, another episode of Conversation After Dark. It's your boy Marv B. Tay, what's up with you?
Not much. What's going on with you?
It's all good. It's all good. Today, special guest. All of our guests are special, but today we got a special guest, Yarnell from the Show Me State from Missouri. Yarnell, what's up with you?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me, Marvin Tay.
No problem.
No problem. So before we get started, we like to do an icebreaker. So Tay's going to start, and we're all going to answer the question, right? But we're going to do a little icebreaker to get you warmed up, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so we have conversation cards. So I have 3 that you can choose from. Extreme personal questions, who's the biggest pervert, and the Sexy 69 After Dark.
Okay.
Which one?
Okay, wait a minute. Repeat the question.
So I'm gonna give you the categories, and then you tell me which deck I choose from. So it's
okay. Pervert.
Yeah. Personal questions, biggest pervert, or Sexy 69 After Dark.
Okay, let's go with Sexy 69 After Dark.
Okay. Damn, I was hoping you go for biggest pervert.
All right. Let's see. Have you ever faked an orgasm? If so, why?
Of course, just wanted to get it over with. And it's not to say that I didn't enjoy, but what I've learned, the more you play into it and talk and, moan, the more your partner get into it. And it's not that I'm not enjoying the experience, because I'm not going to fake that I'm, enjoying the experience. It's more or less, look, I've gotten a few off. It's time for you to wrap it on up. Especially the older I've gotten. So we ain't gotta be going at it for hours. I got stuff to do. So yes, I have.
How convincing are you?
So far it has worked.
so every dude that's been your partner gonna watch this and be like, God damn, that's some shit. They'll be thinking about it. They'll be thinking about it. I already know Tay's answer, but I'll go ahead and answer. Yes, I have faked an orgasm.
No, okay. So I've heard guys say that, but why would a guy want to fake an orgasm?
Most of the time it's because like I'm done with the experience, right? Like I'm probably not gonna bust. I know that she's satisfied, right? So I can go ahead and just fake this up, fake this, and I got on a condom because we promote safe sex, right? So I just put on a little bit of theatrics and then, make her feel good about herself, and then it's done. So sometimes you might just be tired, right? You'd be like, all right, man, shit, I'm tired. I'm sweating and shit. Let me go ahead and act like she done rock my world. But other times just, sometimes she just ain't good. A lot of people like to say that everybody, like all pussy is good pussy, but it ain't, so yeah, that's the reason why.
Okay. Well, I've never faked one, and I don't believe in it.
Why not?
Because I feel like faking it is cheating myself out of pleasurable experiences.
And I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you to a certain extent. That's why I say in the times that I've done it, it's not because I haven't been satisfied, because I'm not going to fake that you're satisfying me, but it's you satisfy me and I'm ready to tap out, but I ain't going to tap out. So I want you to go ahead and tap out.
You want to tap out.
Right.
I get it.
So Tay, you think that, so you just rather have an uncomfortable situation? You just like, nah, that ain't it? Or how you handle it?
Well, I mean, like Yarnell said, sometimes I believe that the journey can be just as pleasurable as getting to your destination. So, I mean, like she said, I don't fake the experience, just don't fake orgasms either, if that makes sense.
I wonder if dudes want women to fake them. Like, I don't want you to fake it. I don't know. If I knew my gal was faking it, that probably would like hurt my damn feelings. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, I'm not doing it.
Even if you've already provided me like with multiples, and I'm just like, oh man, come on now.
Then you should
Being
have
a
stopped. You should have stopped at one of the multiples. Then stop when it was real. Like, but you got to put like the grand finale on the shit.
right. So you come on, bring it on home because I'm done.
Okay. Okay. Well, talking about satisfaction, right? Yarnell, you specialize in helping people satisfy themselves, correct?
Yes, and enhance their relationship. So whether you know, will be alone or with a partner, we, the company that I work for, sell products to help you and your relationship.
So you sell sex toys.
Relationship enhancement products, sexual wellness products. So yeah, I do.
So what's wrong with saying a sex toy?
Well, nothing. I'm just being silly. Yes, in essence, it's sex toys, but one of the things that we've been trying to do is just rebrand everything. And for once, you know, sex toys is taboo still to a lot of people. And what we're trying to get people to realize, this is a part of your sexual health. So just like you want to eat right, we should all have a healthy sex life, whether you have a partner or not. And you shouldn't have any shame in, you know, pleasuring yourself or your partner. Um, you know, some people believe sex is just for procreation. I don't, but you know, enjoy it. Add a little spice to it. You don't have to use them often if you choose not to, but when you want to do something different, there are tools that are, you know, available to add a little spice or do something a little different. So that's why we try to call it sexual wellness.
So why do you think it's still taboo?
Religion, people just being plain uneducated. A lot of people go by word of mouth. A lot of people are uneducated about just toys themselves, because I hear a lot of women say, well, it's gonna desensitize me. And I tell them sex is like exercise. So if you're having sex with a partner or with the toy, you always need to change it up. Just like you have to change up your exercise routine every so often, because that's a muscle and it's going to get used to the same thing, whether it's with the partner or with the toy. So the whole, you know, thing with it desensitizing you isn't necessarily true. Also, I get some women, they want to try, but they don't try because they're discouraged by their partners, especially Black men. I got a good cross section.
Why gotta be brothers, not just all men? What's up with that?
Because, and that's what I was gonna say, from my experience, as a matter of fact, the end of January, I've been in business for 10 years. I've had a good cross section of Black and white women that I've dealt with over the years, repeat customers, young, middle age, and retirees. And it seems like the most who get the pushback are the younger Black women from the younger Black men that they're dating or in, you know, relationships with. You know, they feel like it's an affront to them to have a sex toy in the bedroom. And, you know, so when we're in the ordering room and I try to explain to them, okay, well, don't take anything in that's huge and phallic shape, you know, maybe start out with the bullet, you know, see if he likes vibration, because a lot of men like vibration like women do, but a lot of them don't even want to give it a chance. So, you know, I tell them just to start with something small and see if they'll like it. And a lot of times once they break through, the brother is down with it. But what I see with older Black men, they're more experienced sexually and more comfortable with who they are. So they're not intimidated by sex toys. So I think it's a maturity thing sometimes too. So.
Yeah, I could see if you are a guy who isn't secure with himself, right? And then your lady has a 12-inch vibrator or a dildo or whatever, and you just an average size dude, and she's taking it and she's receiving pleasure, then you like, well, damn, am I really doing it for her? And like, if she uses that, can we really have good sex afterwards? So I can see why it would be more so younger guys who think that way.
Yeah. And I let the ladies know, it's not a replacement. It's just a tool, something different to add a little spice. So sex toys definitely don't replace your mate. It's just something that hopefully you two can enjoy. Or if he's off with the boys and you feeling a little antsy and you need to get one off, help yourself off. Take that edge off while he out kicking it with the fellas or whatever it may be. Or you could be going out on a girls' night, have him a masturbation sleeve, and he can sit there and use his masturbation sleeve while you off doing your thing. And when you come in, be ready for a round two and he can go longer, so don't look at it necessarily as a negative thing. It can like I said earlier, be, enhance your relationship to a certain extent. So
yeah, I heard a guy say they look at him as their teammate, not their competition. So
I like that.
Yeah, speaking of that, how would one introduce toys to a new relationship? How do you recommend they do?
Ask questions first. And I would say that not even just with toys, but a lot of people go into, engaging in intercourse without asking what their partner wants. Everybody is different. So what Susie like, Megan probably won't like, so communication is key. Ask your partner what they like. And in doing so, you can ask, so have you ever used toys? Would you be interested in using toys? And maybe as you get comfortable, share your experience if your partner is apprehensive about doing that. But I think if it's not anything too far from what they're used to, you'll probably be able to introduce something without going totally overboard. Like I said, I usually suggest to women trying a small bullet. Don't go in there with a dual end double header that's 12 inches long. Go in with something small, inconspicuous, that you can, essentially just play with first. Maybe tease his nipples with the vibration of the bullet or something like that, just to, add a comfort level, to everything. But just talk it out before you even engage.
Communication is always important.
Do you have a lot of male clients?
Not a lot. Most of my male clients are actually partners of my female clients. Like a group of one of my clients that are, I've been in business 10 years now, but when I first met these ladies, they were all mid to early 20s. A lot of them were newly married, and their husbands know me by my first name now too. And they order stuff, or couple toys and everything else. So I have a few that are, like kind of like close male friends or people that I know some type of way. They've bought things one off here and there, but most of my loyal men customers are because their wives were my customers first.
So what about men who like men? Are they into toys?
I've had gay men purchase masturbation sleeves. But that's pretty much
killing
about
me
it.
calling it masturbation sleeve, because I'm used to pocket rocket.
I know.
You and these technical terms.
Well, and I will say this, and that's just because I'm used to saying these things when I host parties, because Pure Romance, they want us to keep it out at a professional level where the parties are fun and entertaining, but we honestly want the women to go away with learning something about our products, themselves, and just sexual health in general. So I try to use clinical terms. I mean, I've had a customer that was 40 plus, didn't know what a clitoris was, Marv, and it blew my mind. So and that was like within my first year of business. And because of that, I make it my business to say clinical terms so people can really know about their bodies. A lot of people love calling the vulva their vagina. You know what I'm saying? So I apologize, but it's just habit. So so back to your question, Pure Romance is primarily designed for women to have in-home parties, and they're for women only. They're not for gay men to come in and be a part of the parties because we want to keep it comfortable for women. However, if you're a transgender woman, you are welcome because you're a transgender woman. But the only time we can have co-ed parties if we throw a party called an open house. And basically it's more or less like a showing if I was at a vendor event. So I can't have any phallic shaped objects out. I have to say, for instance, if there's a couple there that wants to order, I have to take them off to the side, like in a private ordering room, like I would at a party, to take their orders. So we just try to provide a safe space for women. So when I have my traditional parties, they're for women only 18 and over. Not even babies are allowed. They can't even be on the premises. You know, I tell women that are married and have children, you know, if your husband can step away with the kids, take them out to eat for like an hour, that'd be good. Once I'm in the ordering room, which is private, they can come back to the house and be there then. And we have those general rules set because we're nationwide and we're also in some foreign country. So it's just basically a general rule across the board because some states still have laws that are, you know, very archaic and grandfathered in. So we do it from a legal standpoint. So it won't be any type of issues because in some states it's like borderline solicitation. So just like if you were to go to a sex shop and that person has, you know, the people have to be 18 to get in, we ask the same for our parties, but for ladies only. So.
Okay. Say someone has never used an adult product before. How would you walk them through choosing one that they may like?
We'll usually do this in the order room, so it can be private, but I ask them, what do they like from their partner? You know, do you like cold? Do you like hot? Because, you know, we have lubricants that are warming lubricants. We have creams that heighten your sensitivity down, that brings a cool tingling sensation. So I just ask them what type of things they already enjoy in the bedrooms and then try to pair a toy with that. I never start a lady off with a toy that has, you know, with something that costs a lot of money and she doesn't have a lot of experience, or something that's huge and she doesn't have a lot of experience. I usually almost always say, just start off with you a bullet. That's what I started with. And see if you like that. And come back to me 6 months, a year, and we can graduate you on to the next level and I can help you. So once you get going with that, and she started experimenting with herself and playing more with herself or with her partner, she'll know what type of vibration or patterns or whatever she'll like. And eventually she'll be able to read about a toy or look at it and know whether or not it will be something that she will like.
How often do you find that the women that come to your parties don't know what they like? Like they don't know how to, like you said, there's a woman that didn't know what a clitoris was, right? How often they don't know where the G-spot is, or they don't know how to stimulate their clitoris. How often do you see that?
Very often, more often than not. Like I was surprised myself, but you know, I'm like, well, I just attribute it to, you know, my friends and I being open, my mother being open with me and having talks with me at a certain age. And a lot of people didn't have that. So again, that's why I do try to do the educational aspect of having fun as well. And it seemed like they seem to retain some of that when it's fun with them. But it's definitely disturbing sometimes because I'm like, you know, you women are sexually active and engaging, but there has been times where, you know, I've met women where they really haven't gotten any pleasure out of sex. And I'm like, well, it should be an enjoyable experience for you as well. So we talk about that. We talk about, you know, say for instance, if their partner's having issues and stuff like that. And you know, I try to tell ladies, you know, remain open. And even with men that I talk to, when ladies sometimes have issues or if they have a baby. As a matter of fact, I recently said something to my niece. She had a baby 2 years ago and she kind of lost her libido. I'm like, hey, Niecy, this is what you need to do. You know, my friends and I, we joke and call it booty duty. You know, if you're in a relationship, you got a booty duty. You got booty duty. So we understand that everybody goes through different things and might have downtime, but that's just a part of working on your relationship. So
I mean, if we talked about it earlier, and that card was right on point, Tay. How do you expect your partner to be able to please you if you don't know how to please yourself? Like if you don't know what gets you off, how do you expect them to do it consistently to where y'all have like a good sex life? So,
yeah.
I mean, for the people who are like, you know, because I know some people who they're like, nah, I'll never use a sex toy. Like they'll say, I don't like the material, I don't, you know, or I'd rather use my hands or something else, or you know, and they're just like, nah, I'm not getting off like that. But I'm a proponent of it because I think it can enhance, like if you have a partner that wants to use toys, it can add a lot of spice to your sex life instead of just being just the same old every, you know, night or every time y'all do it.
Yeah, I always stress don't yuck anyone's yum because everybody is different, and
That's Tay's
don't knock.
phrase right there. Tay's favorite phrase right there.
Oh, don't yuck nobody yum.
I love that phrase. Okay, so speaking of what we were just talking about, what are some misconceptions that you may have heard from people in terms of their fear of using toys or lack of knowledge?
The biggest one is the sensitivity issue that I touched on earlier. They believe that it's going to desensitize them some type of way. You know, I laugh at the roles that everybody is loving now, but I'm happy to see that. You know, I'm glad people are, to me, that's sexual empowerment, not, you know, how many people you sleep with, but just taking control over your own sexual well-being. So, you know, if you loving on your rose, you loving on your rose, but I just want people to know that it does not take your sensitivity away. There has been studies done on that, and just remember, just like having sex with your partner, you always want to change it up because it is a muscle and we have muscle memory and it get used to things. So you always want to change it up, whether it's with your partner or with your toy. That's why once you get a toy, you know, if you're ready to graduate, I'll graduate you on. So you can end up having, say, 5 toys in rotation. I'm gonna tell you, okay, let this be your friend 1 month. You get you a new little battery operated friend next month. And oh, as far as battery operated, a lot of them now are rechargeable. So they're super powerful, ladies. You can plug them in and they're rechargeable. They last much longer than the bobs of yesteryear.
So what's your favorite toy to use?
Right now,
What's at the top of your rotation right now?
So my friend did buy me a rose. One of my girlfriends, she actually was one of my sisters in the business. She no longer sells anymore, but we wanted to know what was all the talk about, and we didn't. At that time, we didn't offer anything like that. We have since, but it's still not the rose, but it's the similar technology. I was very impressed. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, the rose be rosing, you know. So I have a rose in rotation.
That's your technical way to say they got you off real quick.
Yeah. Third level, take me out. I'm done. I'm going to sleep, you know. So yeah, it's very powerful. And it's rechargeable. I also keep a dual action in rotation. So for those who don't know what a dual action is, that means you can get vaginal and clitoral stimulation at the same time. So that's what people will call the rabbits. So they usually have a little vibrating bunny or whatever on top for clitoral stimulation. And then you have like a shaft for insertion. I always keep me a bullet in rotation. I have, maybe like a massager as well. So, just rotating those things out because they all have, what people fail to realize, yeah, they vibrate, but there's different pulse patterns as well. So like one of our toys that we offer has 30 different speeds and pulse patterns. I didn't make it past 3 on that one. So, it's all about experimenting and just having fun.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever used one of your toys in public?
No, I haven't.
What? Really?
Yeah, I haven't.
Okay. Because we talked about it with a previous guest in terms of the Mile High Club and being able to, what constitutes joining the Mile High Club. Is it actual like penetration, or is it just having an orgasm and the discussion of using a sex toy in the friendly skies, like getting real friendly in the friendly skies with yourself? That might be something that you would consider. Would you agree? Does that count as being in the Mile High Club? We have to have a partner.
I would definitely count that. If I've taken toys with me, I've always put them in my checked luggage. I ain't got time for that type of energy with TSA. So I check that type of stuff.
Okay, so say someone wants to join the business that you're doing. How do you bring somebody in?
We have kits. So basically you purchase a kit. We have different levels of kits. So whatever you're comfortable with buying into, I always tell ladies, it's money that you can get back really quick. I'm pretty open and honest with them about it. I don't try to sell them a dream, but I let them know it's a hustle. So if you want to make a lot of money with it, you absolutely can. I've met millionaires in the business who do great, but they do it full time. I do it part-time because I work a full-time job, and I'm absolutely okay with that. There has been times where I was going hard because I needed the money at the time and was doing parties every weekend and stuff like that. So I was bringing in an extra $2,000 a month doing parties or whatever else. But also I was tired. So it's whatever you want to put into it. But I let ladies know, you purchase your kit that buys you into the business. You get a discount on the product. So you purchase your products and then you get a buying discount and then you turn around and sell it for profit. It's fun, it's profitable, but again, I stress that it's a hustle. So I let them know, give your business at least a year because it takes time to get your name out there. And then once that year turns around, you'll have your repeat customers coming back. They want to do another girls' night, more word of mouth. But a lot of the ladies think that they can just do it for a few months and it's going to pop like that. It may pop for some, but for most, it doesn't. It's more of a marathon. So I try not to, sell them that it's just going to get popping. I let them know, don't depend on your friends and family to keep you afloat. You can't be quiet. You gotta, talk to people and introduce yourselves to folks. There are certain games that corporate has that you can play that'll, spark up business, or maybe ladies want to, have a party at the party that they're, currently visiting or whatever. So when I'm at the parties, I try to see who's interested in having a party. So whether they want to book that night or call them back in a couple of weeks, that's a good way of getting people on the books, is booking them while they're at the party. You want to ask then if they're interested in, having a business of their own when you're at the party. And corporate has a lot of games, what we call sponsorship games or party games, that'll help you to, I guess, break the ice on asking people those things. I also let them know that it's a pretty good sisterhood. We help one another with, getting you ready and starting your business off. There's online training. The company actually has a strategic partnership with Kinsey Institute at Indiana University, which is a women's sexual health facility. I recently went online and did a sexual certification class or whatever. So I'm waiting on my certificates in the mail for that. So that's one thing I like about Pure Romance. They're all about the fun and everything else, but they also educate us. And if someone was to sign up under me, I'll pretty much be their quote unquote mom and help them through the process. So I let ladies know it's not just you signing up and I just leave you out there to do everything by yourself. It's my job as your sponsor to help walk you through and get you up, going and running, you know. So it's not hard, but it's not easy either, you know, because in essence, you're working for yourself. So you're gonna have some hustle about yourself.
So let me ask you this, and we ask every guest this question. On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, what's your freak quotient?
I'm not a trisexual.
You didn't got your sexual certificate, so I know you're doing some type of shit. So
I consider myself an average freak. I'm a freak, but I'm an average freak. So, and I'm not a trisexual, so I don't try anything. I do have some hard limits, but if it's reasonable, I'm willing to try.
So what's your hard limit?
So I say a 4.
4.
4, and you average, and you a 4?
4 is not average.
4 is not average, darling.
Okay, I'm above average.
So what's on your hell no, I'm not gonna do this list?
I have no desires to peg a man. But again, like I said, I don't yuck anybody's yum.
But that's extreme though. That's
But that's on the list though. That's
okay.
that's it's fair game.
They said that ain't extreme, but
I've been choked before. It's not my thing, but I think I'm still open to it because I think it's just depending on if it's done right or whatever. The autoerotic asphyxiation. I just was a little annoyed about it. So yeah, I would try that again. But that was one of the things that I struggled with being younger, because I'm like, I'm gonna pass out and you gonna dump my body somewhere and everything is, you just think crazy stuff. But anything else, I don't know. I can't think of anything else that I would be like a hard no on.
That leaves a lot.
I don't eat butt.
Okay.
I don't mind teasing the perineum area, but it won't be with
AKA
my mouth.
The chode or the taint, for those who don't know.
Gooch.
The gooch.
Because men do, some men are, little iffy about that area, but when you provide him with fellatio, put a little pressure down in that area while you're doing that.
Right. I'm gonna tell you though. So God has a funny plan, right? When he put our G spot inside the anus, correct? Or whatever.
Yep, the P spot.
The P spot, the prostate. So for the fellas who don't want to have your prostate stimulated, which I've never done yet. How you say the perineum? I would say the perineum, maybe. The perineum.
Same difference. Same difference.
The perineum, to me, I never had the prostate massage, but the perineum, or whatever you want to call it, the perineum, that's a good alternative. If you let your lady go ahead and massage that area, it's external. You ain't got to worry about, you worrying about your manhood or everything like that, and it'll really set you off. Have y'all had the same experience with y'all's partners?
Yeah, that's why I say if I'm providing fellatio, I add some pressure to that area.
Yeah.
Not y'all done the prostate?
Never.
No.
Okay. All right.
That's along the lines of pegging. I just have no desires to penetrate a man with fingers or anything else.
Yeah, I get that. So have you ever been asked to do something then you were weirded out by it, or it was just a hard no?
Yeah, I was weirded out. So
somebody to ask her to peg him because she keeps talking about that.
No. No one has. The reason why that has come up because you know, a lot of times we like to debate what is gay, what, you know, and people wants to say, well, if a man wants to be pegged, he's gay. And I disagree with that, because if his woman is pegging him, that's a heterosexual act because she's a woman and he's a man, you know. So he enjoys that because he enjoys his prostate being, you know, caressed or whatever. So that's
I'll
why
say this. Hold your train of thought. I'll say this. It's not gay, right? Because it's a woman. It's gay adjacent.
So do you think it's a gay act for a man to have anal sex with a woman then? Or gay adjacent, as you call it?
I would say that if that's like the only way that you can, I mean, because it's a slippery slope, right? Because like men have mouths too, right? So if you're kissing a woman, you can technically kiss a man or whatever. So as long as it's a woman, it's heterosexual, it's not homosexual. But I just think that it's getting close. It's close. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like if you want to have sex with men, knock yourself out. I got family members who are gay, you know, I got friends who are gay, cousins who are gay, but you getting close, you're getting close to it. You're getting real close to it.
What was the question? I don't forgot, y'all. What's the original question?
Has anything ever grossed you out or weirded you out?
Oh, okay, yeah. So when a man put his legs up, so he put his legs up and he wanted me to, you know, straddle him and ride him that way. That kind of weirded me out, but I did it.
That's called being put in the buck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have to try that again.
You put him in the buck.
Well, that's what he asked for, and I'm like, okay. But that's the thing that weirded me out the most. I had never done anything like that before. Where
Did
I
you
saw a
enjoy
man.
it?
Yes, I did, but at the same time, it was like, because I was weirded out by it, I don't think I totally, you know, was loose, you know, let my guard down, because I just was like, this is some weird shit. I've never had a man put his legs up, you know. I'm like, I'm the woman, I put my legs up, you know.
So you like to be dominated, I assume.
Preferably yes, but I'll return the favor, but mostly yes, I like to be dominated.
So you said that you don't like to be choked. Are there any other things within the, I guess, BDSM community that you are open to or have tried?
I've played with the tying up, the whips and stuff. I got all that on hand. The only thing I haven't used that I bought for myself is my swing. So, you know, you pretty much, it's a door swing, so you attach it to the door, and then you're kind of like straddle, you know, up or whatever. So your hands are restrained, and your legs are kind of like restrained, but they're free flowing. But yeah, I've done that. I haven't done anything extreme, but just probably more so on the vanilla BDSM side, if that's what we want to call it, but nothing too extreme.
Okay, I want to go back to the toys for a second. So we talked about using them. Now let's talk about care and keeping them clean and different things like that. So how do you talk to your clients about caring for them and storing them and all of that?
Okay, so that's actually one of the things that I do in my presentation. So before I go into the toys, I talk about how to care for your toys, and I let ladies know, you treat your toys right, care for them, they'll last a while, you know. So basically we have cleaner. It's purified water with an antibacterial solution. I tell ladies, clean your toys before and after every use, because even if you store them, still they're stored. Always clean your toys before you use them, even if you clean them before putting them up. That way you'll save yourself for getting, you know, any type of bacterial infections or yeast infections, anything like of the sort. So our solution, you spray it on, let it sit for a few seconds or a minute, however long you want or feel comfortable with leaving it. but then you'll rinse it with warm water. Do not ever use soap, because a lot of soaps are so harsh, and what they'll do, especially with a lot of the better grade silicone toys, they're going to crack the toys and create microscopic cracks that the bacteria can hide within. And you end up giving yourself some type of bacteria infection, and it could be your toy giving it to you. So you always want to clean your toys.
You try to blame it on your man and shit. It's really your toy.
Right. So be sure to clean your toy before and after every use. Do not use any soap. I tell ladies, before you use any type of soaps, just clean it with hot water, and take your hand and wipe it off. But don't putting soap on it could be the worst thing, because some of the silicones are so nice and soft that you would just basically ruin it. And then as far as storing it, I tell them, store it out of sight in a cool place in the dark. Don't store them with one another, because sometimes different materials can gel with one another and react and will mess your toys up. I mean, I've done that before, while I'm trying to hurry up and leave from a party, and it's in the summertime, and I don't take my toys out of my car the night when I get home. I had one of my silicone toys gel onto one of my little jelly-like toys, and it was ruined. Then I couldn't show it anymore as a demo. But we have toy bags that we call toy totes. And what's special about those, the material that's in the inside is actually made out of antimicrobial material, where it inhibits bacteria from growing. So if you want to use that, you can. If not, just store them away clean and safe individually, so they won't mess one another up. And the bags and the solution are relatively cheap. A little bit goes a long way.
So I'm going to ask you a question. It's our game we call Nasty or Normal. So I'm going to give you a sexual situation, and you tell me if for you it's nasty or normal. So running red lights, for you, is that nasty or normal?
It's normal. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. My personal level of comfort is if it's at the beginning or the end, which is a lighter flow, I'm okay with it. In the middle, nah. I don't want that mess. No crime scenes, but I'm okay with it.
Okay. For people who don't know what that means, if you can't guess by context clues, running a red light means having sexual relations with a woman while she's on her cycle.
Are you smashing while she's on her period, dog? That's what it means. So, Tay, nasty or normal for you?
It's nasty, but it's something that I will do.
Nasty in a bad way or nasty in a good way?
Nasty in a bad way. I don't like it, but I will do it.
You gotta really like them.
Yes, definitely.
See, Tay up for doing her booty duty.
Exactly.
So for me, periods don't stop nothing but a sentence. Listen, let's get it in. Put that towel down. It got to be like a black towel or like a red towel too. You know what I'm saying? You got to put that towel down and let's go. Period things will be off the chain though.
Yeah. Extra
that's one of those cruel tricks nature played on women, or at least for me. I'm usually the horniest around that time, so that's why I said I don't like it, but I will do it.
Hey, just let it flow.
I mean, it's going to.
Just let it flow. So Yarnell, tell people where they can find you, where they can buy your products.
You can go to www.pureromance.com/Yarnell Boyd, and you'll find my website.
Spell your name.
YARNELLBOYD.
All right. Make sure y'all go and support her, support our sister, get you a little toy. Buy it for your friend. If you got your homegirl who ain't getting none, go ahead and buy it for her. Be a little secret Santa, send her a toy. Or if you're a fella, if you're a guy and you ain't been holding it down, go ahead and get your lady a toy to enhance the bedroom. So Tay, another good one, right?
Yes, another good one. Good. Thank you for being our guest, Yarnell.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed talking to y'all.
We didn't even tell people where to find us. We just started right on in. Like, hey, where can they find us?
Yeah, everyone, you can find us at Conversate After Dark everywhere. And if you have a comment or a topic you want us to cover, or you want to be a guest on a show, even if you want to be anonymous, you can reach us at cvadthepodcast@gmail.com.
Make sure you leave a
I could
comment.
have been anonymous.
We snuck you.
I enjoyed it.
But yeah, make sure y'all leave a comment. Make sure y'all share, give us a thumbs up. Really helps out. We holler you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Thanks, y'all.